Hey guys, this is Mike Steele, and this is my video walkthrough of Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. In this section, I'm going to be taking on a couple of hunts. They say in the walkthrough, or they allude that they have gold needles available, but that is just not true. So don't even pay attention to that. Meet with Mila, or Mila, in Lowtown to get that started. I did that in my last video, so I already actually went to the petitioner. Once you talk to Mila, she'll direct you to go to the Garam Scythe Waterway, storehouse number 5, where we actually started the game initially. And always pick up these chests along the way to give you a little extra gil or whatever the fuck they have in them. You know, doesn't hurt. So alright, so we gotta go over here actually. Nor does this vendor, he doesn't have gold needles either, so. Because I'd also like to cover the Cluckatrice also, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that because of the unfortunate, storehouse number 5 is this way. Alright, so this will cover the Wraith. The only thing you really have to worry about this... Oh, and of course Mila. If you want to know where Mila is, she's not far. She's in Lowtown. Refer to my previous video to find out where her location is, but yeah, she's not hard to find. She's standing next to one of the only apartments. Now with the Wraith is really not hard at all. Its only challenge is that it induces doom upon you. It can put doom upon your characters, and that could be a problem, given the fact that we have no way of actually healing it at this moment. But my recommendation is to go with, I guess, try out Bosch if you want. He is a good tank, and thus I'm gonna give him the Orachia Armlet instead of the Argo Armlet, because not only does the Orachia Armlet increase HP, good for a tank, but it also increases both magic resistance and physical defense, so which means both defenses are upped by 1. So the Orachia Armlet would be a good choice to give to Bosch if, you know, you chose him to be a tank, which I strongly recommend you do. Alright, so with that being said, I'm gonna go with Fran, Bosch, and Vaughn to start this fight. Now again, there really is no way to remove Doom unless you have Remedy Lord 3. It is the only way to get rid of it, but without further ado, he should show up. Right there we go. Right to the Wraith. Very interesting one. There we got it. Libra, I don't have, oh, it's immune. Okay, so he will try to use Doom, but not a big deal. I would definitely have Fran cast magic. Thunder, fire, I don't know. I guess either one. They're both good, I guess. See, he'll place Doom, so hopefully it'll miss, but even if it does, you have a 10-second countdown. If you're strong enough, you'll be fine. And black magic only because it's powerful, so let's see how fire does. See, Doom. So he has a 10-second countdown before he is killed. Now that he's silenced, I'm not sure how he's even casting Doom, because it's a spell. How is he casting Doom? That's what I'd like to know. How the hell is that even possible? You can't cast Doom if you're silenced, but... Okay. Now all of them have Doom. But fire didn't seem to do much effect, so... I'm just gonna keep going at it. And, yeah, you'll definitely be able to take him on, though. He's not that hard. Especially if you have Bosch and you did not get rid of the Nickel Sword, you'll be fine. fact, this thing should go down in any second now, honestly. He's not hard. The Wraith's only biggest attack is Doom, really. Like I said, the biggest thing you have to worry about is Doom, and again, you have a 5-second countdown, so... Alright, kill it, and you'll get a good chunk of LP, 5 LP, and you'll also receive a gauntlet, which is great for our tank. Now let's quickly leave this area to get rid of Doom. Doom won't have any effect once we get out of here, so let's get out of here quick. Where is the exit? Where's the exit? It is this way. Because this is a battle area, which means we're kind of technically in the battlefield. Once we go back out here, Doom is gone. I mean, it's there, but it won't really do anything, because obviously we are in a safe haven. We are in a city, so if you're in a city or a town or a village and not in a dungeon or a field, you will obviously not suffer from any of the consequences of status effects. They will not take effect, so got a pile of eye drops. Now we go back to Mila, who is right over here. The only, again, apartment, personalized apartment, which those little faces that you see right there are residence. It just means personal residence. And that personal residence is right over here, in which you'll see Mila just sort of kneeling down. Talk to her to start the hunt, and then talk to her again once you're finished. The great thing about doing this hunt is mainly to obtain the gauntlet. Gauntlet will help with blocking, shield blocking, so that I can replace Fiorace armlet with the gauntlet. And there's Vasik. That was the child that was scared. Apparently that's a very young Sikh. Not all Sikhs are barbarians, but a lot of them are. Barbaric, I should say. A lot of the Sikhs are barbaric, but not all of them. Alright, so... we were under the impression that it was her child, apparently. But it wasn't. It was a Sikh's child. See, she says, "Oh, you didn't think, heavens, it wasn't my child." If you've gotten the wrong impression, I apologize. Anyway, she's going to give us something. And we get an ether, 500 gil, but the biggest thing is the gauntlets. A pair of gauntlets is great for one of your tanks, who, honestly, in my opinion, should be Bosch. Reason being is because it reduces physical damage taken when HP is critical, and that's pretty good. But I don't have the license for it right now, so at the moment I'm content with what I got. Okay. Here's the goal. It's right down there. They're good, but again, don't have it yet. But at least I picked it up. That's the important thing. And without further ado, I do recommend doing the Cluckatrice because it would definitely be helpful to get the Cluckatrice done now, because it will not be there when we get back. That's the only issue. So you're going to want to take care of the Cluckatrice now if you have any intentions on getting it done anytime soon. And it is, by all means, the first elite mark. And elite marks are basically, they're hunts that are basically like bosses. These are boss marks. So expect them to be a bit challenging, and this one is actually pretty challenging. So yeah, but I do recommend trying to get it done now, because we do have 4 members in the party, and it's just, see, with the Cluckatrice, it inflicts stone, or petrification, and the only way to get rid of that would be to get a gold needle. Now they claim that the gold needle is available at this time, but I am admissibly to disagree because it's clearly not in a Miguelos. The only thing that they've added was echo drops. They have not stocked up gold needles yet, which is odd. You would think they would, but they didn't. So I'm actually going to, I guess, sort of find a place that may have that gold needle, if it is even available yet. So I think it would be, you know, but it might not be. So, you know, and if it's not, and you know, you got an issue, you've got yourself a problem, because you may just be turned to stone. Which is probably what will happen if you take it on, so I'm not sure how to go about it. If we had access to gold needles, that would be great. It's just that I don't think we do, and I don't see us getting him any other way. I don't really know. So and we do not have stone either, so we can't really do anything. And if we can't cure stone, you know, petrification, then I guess we can't do the clockatrice. But that's a shame, because it would really help if we could, actually, you know. I don't really know why they don't have gold needles. They just don't. Very odd. Very, very weird. They should have it, but they don't. So, very interesting. They wouldn't have that yet. I do find that very odd that they do not have, if they don't have gold needles yet. It seems to be a little odd that they wouldn't have that yet. Like, where would they have gold needles? It just doesn't seem to make any sense to me. And the issue is, they don't really tell you where to get them. I would only assume that Miguelo would have them, but anyway, let's actually try the clockatrice. I really, really recommend getting this done now, the clockatrice. Although the clockatrice's level is at a whopping 15. Sorry about that, I have a little bit of a raspy voice right now. But yeah, we really should go and try doing this clockatrice, at least attempting it, because again, it's the first elite mark, and it makes no sense the way they made it, because gold needles should be available now, and for some reason they are not. Wait, I have to go. Let's just go to the Moogling. It's the easiest way to kind of get over where we need to go. Alright, welcome to the Moogling. You know what? To find gold needles, maybe you might want to check the Muthu Bazaar. Maybe they might have them. Maybe they're selling them at the, I don't know. The Provisioner? The Clan Provisioner might be selling the gold needles. I don't know. I mean, they're claiming, because I did, like I said, I get a lot of references, not only from having years and years of experience with this game, you know, Final Fantasy XII in general, but I am also using assistance from buying the collector's edition as a guide. So they say that you can pick up gold needles now, and I don't see that being possible. Well, you can pick up oil. Go figure, right? I don't think we need that, though. Could pick up gauntlets. I'm not gonna sell those, so just pick up. I'm not gonna bother picking up oil yet. Why? No need to. Anyway, so alright, so they don't have them here. So the only obvious place now would be the Nomad's village in Giza. I could only hope and I could only imagine or think that it would be logical that they would have them. So let's head over to the Giza Plains and let's hope that they have gold needles. Oh, and let's remove that doom status just by going to this crystal right here. Okay, done. So, alright, so let's do that. Let's, let's go over and, see what we got going on here. Now, it's up to you if you wanna, I mean, you don't necessarily have to give Bosch a job at all. Like I had said, you could wait, but again, I think Bosch makes a very good knight, so make him a knight. That's my recommendation. That's what I recommend doing for a start, you know, for him to start out with, a knight. Later on is later on. We'll worry about that later on. As for a starting class, or starting job, I mean, the knight is definitely ideal for Bosch. But again, you don't have to. You can keep him in the sidelines and then keep Balthier out. But I would recommend going with Bosch as a knight and going forward. What do you call it? Balthier has a quickening, and that's also a very good way to get rid of this Cockatrice. Now, who to use, Fran or Balthier? Well, Fran is the lowest statistics in the game by the end, but Balthier is a machinist, which to me right now isn't really needed if we have an archer, because an archer can support with healing as well as as Balthier can, and also Fran does also automatically get magic. So I recommend going with Vaughn, Fran, and Bosch. Archers are great. I duly note though that if what do you call it? If I should get rid of this Firefly actually. I'm gonna go with the I guess the I don't know. Argle Armlet maybe? We need to get experience. We don't want to be lacking in experience. So go with the Argle Armlet. This way she's immune to blind. If you have a silver bow, that'd be great. Good thing to have. I also have good armor for him as well. You know, Vaughn. Alright, so we're in good shape. I believe anyway. So let's do that. We may need Balthier, because machinists, I usually grab them. I grab a, what do you call it? I grab quickenings for machinists early, because generally you don't lock out much, and there are other class which would be a very good mixture with a monk, or really a white mage, preferably. But again, you don't lose out much, so I would, a machinist excels great when it comes to quickenings early in the game. Now, let's see if they sell them here at the Nomad Village here. If not, then I am at a loss here as to what they're talking about, when it comes to gold needles. Because if she doesn't have gold needles, which she doesn't, I just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, so they do not sell gold needles yet. Regardless of what the guide says, because it does say clearly that they sell gold needles now, but they don't sell gold needles now. So that's all a bunch of bullshit. So let's try to do the Cockatrice, but I don't think it's gonna, I don't really know how it'll go. I can only imagine that it's going to be a tough fight, especially since we do not have gold needles. I don't see how we're going to be able to pull this off. So we go in here and talk to her about the Cockatrice. Now remember, this is the first elite mark. Now, you would think you'd want to get this elite mark done. It's the first one, so you would do that first. But yet, they seem to make it be designed as if you have to do it, like, much later. And I don't want that to happen. Now, it's not just a Cluckatrice. You're going to have to take the Cluckatrice and its brood. So that contains about, like, 5 targets. That's why I recommend, you know, having a tank. So what we'll do is we're going to go to the Giza's North Bank. Now to get it to come out, we're gonna have to kill everything in the North Bank. So basically we'll go there now. Run over to the North Bank. And we have to destroy all the enemies. All the targets in this area all have to be eliminated. Extermination, as I like to say. It shouldn't be too hard. Now, do I have, I may have to set up a Libra for someone. Hold on. Let's... Okay, so licenses. Like Gambits. You know who's gonna use Libra? You guessed it. She'll use Libra. Fran can use Libra. It's something that an archer would be suited to do. It's an archer. Archers, you know, are into that. You know? Seems like something an archer's role would, you know, go well with. Seems like they would do something like that, right? So this includes any of the Giza rabbits, anything. Anything and everything. So let's try and take down this little thing here. We'll keep chasing him until it's dead. Okay. Any loot, grab it. Maybe we'll find gold needles in the chest, who knows? No, we did not. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have any gold needles. I'm just saying that I don't have that many gold needles. Do I even have any gold needles? Yeah, I have 2 gold needles, so that's, you know, a problem. 2 gold needles is, you know, not really enough. Antidotes. So, you know, it's sort of a little bit of an oddity that they would, you know, stock the stores with echo herbs instead of stocking them with gold needles, because gold needles is actually more relevant, you know, to advancing with hunts instead of echo herbs, because they don't really do anything really. Speaking of which, just got a pinch of echo herbs. I mean, you know, if the Cluckatrice inflicts petrification, gold needles are needed. And for some reason they do not stock the stores with gold needles. Even though they say in the walkthrough that they do, they don't. And no other merchants have them either, so. Merchants in the Nomad Village don't have them. Miguelos does not have them. And, what do you call it? Low Towns merchants don't carry them, so really, you know, you're at a lost cause here. You can only use what you got. So I would love to have had another quickening, but it's unfortunate because when we get back to Rabanastre, Cluckatrice will be unavailable for quite a while, which means that the first mark really is not the first mark, because they did not set it up the right way. Now let's just make sure we've gotten rid of everything, so I don't think we did yet. That's why I like to speed things up like this, because there's a better way to do it. Nope, here's another one right there, boom boom. Weak to fire. Should be dead in a second. And... okay, wolf pelt. Now we will kill this next wolf over here. And then after that, the Cluckatrice will appear. And since he has 30, I'm gonna grab another... nope, you can't do that yet. Remedy Lore. none of these are really relevant right now, so all irrelevant. In fact, yeah, we're gonna have to just make the best of that. I may or may not have to use Balthier. I might have to. You know, it might be a needed thing here. Because of the fact that there is no gold needles. I don't really see how we're gonna be able to fight this enemy. Let me just elaborate. That's its worst. I guess that's the most dangerous aspect of this fight, is that it can inflict petrification. Why gold needles aren't available, again, I don't know. They say they are, but they aren't. And they really should be, but they're not. It doesn't make much sense to the setup, you know? Yeah, attempt this when you have at least, you know, 4 people in your party. But again, it's scary because, you know, it's tough to get around something that gives, you know, stone. Yes, you're gonna have to come prepared to cure stone attacks. Now I only have 3 times to cure stone, so let's see how we do. It's a level 15 enemy with 7,509 HP plus add-ons. So without further ado, the Cluckatrice. I wouldn't be surprised if I die. You have to take on its brood, which I think would be the first thing to do, and take control over Bosch, because he is the tank. For all purposes, he's the tank. Up, 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 oh boy. Now we're gonna have to... Now I would expect him to keep that busy. Gonna have to just hope we could do this. I'm very nervous, but you know, maybe it can be done. Maybe it can't, but let's hope it can. I'm very hopeful here that I'm gonna be able to do this. You know? Very hopeful. Now, obviously, I will wait until it's at the very end. I'm gonna go after this Cluckatrice here. Okay, good. Because we do have a meter as well, so I'll wait to the very end if I can. And then I'll use a gold needle. Now I guess time to use the gold needle. And we only have 2 gold needles, so you know, we'll see what happens. Got rid of him. And hold on, maybe we can, I don't know if that'll affect the Cluckatrice at all, but we'll find out. It will be silenced the Cluckatrice, so maybe that will prevent it from using stone. It seems to have readied Stone Gaze already, and now we are in another unfortunate situation. In which case, I think it's best to take Vaughn in, bring Balthier out for, well, we don't need that, but Let me just see, because we can cut through the fences with this, so might take a little longer this way, but yep, much better that way. And that's where his magic lies. Now let's see how this does. Up, silenced again. I'm gonna bring Fran in, bring Vaughn back out, and I will have Vaughn attack the, you know, one with the lowest HP here. Because we are dishing out good damage here, so. Well, we're dishing out damage with having ourselves a, like I said, a tank is needed and necessary. Okay, so we'll use a gold needle now. That's not good. Not into that whole stop. Stop crap is bad. Trying to get rid of this one as quick as possible. It's not always that easy though. It's almost dead. Almost got one dead. Oh, it missed. Stone Gaze missed. But so are my attacks as well. They're missing. Which is an unfortunate thing, because I would really, really like to fucking kill this little bird here. Okay, so we got that thing out. The Clockatrice is so close to being dead that I would just like to get it over with, of course, you know that. This is not going to be an easy fight by any means of the imagination. It'll be hard. It'll be very well hard fought. Now this thing is going to be the primary focus. Just keep on hitting the Clockatrice with the gun so that you can go through its defenses. In fact, I'm gonna go with Gambits here, and I'm gonna go with let's do I don't know. I'm gonna go with probably foe with no, foe highest level, probably highest max HP. Let's do that. Foe highest max HP. Foe lowest HP. Okay, well. Lowest HP, again, highest max HP. Foe with the highest max HP. This gun will help us bring the HP down, so. We silenced him. And the unfortunate thing is that, you know, they get stronger as time goes by, so. Remedy. Now we'll just go to him, and we're gonna have to use a remedy on Balthier. Oh boy. Wait, not oh boy just yet though. We can bring Fran back out, because I think Fran has the licenses to actually cure stone, I hope. I do hope that. I'm surprised. Okay, so I cannot. That sucks. I would need at least another could have, but I did not, unfortunately. This is an unfortunate thing, but what are you gonna do? So close to killing this thing. We almost have this thing killed. So close to killing it. Although he keeps very hard for it. Okay. Now if I had just another way to maybe practically actually kill this thing, that would be great. I'm gonna actually try to, I don't even think we have charge yet, so I'm gonna have to use an ether. I wonder if I bring him out, I wonder what that would do, you know? So I'm gonna use a ether on Pran. Oh, we're getting somewhere though. Maybe we might actually win this fight. Not a definite, but we could. It's a possibility. There's a possibility of being able to win. I'm gonna try to also cast a little magic on it too. Maybe that'll help. It may or may not, but it might. Okay, that does some damage. So yeah, thunder. I'll use some thunder. I'm gonna need it. Fire maybe too. Eventually we'll run out of characters, which will be unfortunate, but again, if gold needles were available, we wouldn't have had this issue from the get-go. Probably would have been fine. But again, the gold needles just weren't available, so couldn't do anything about it. So I don't think we're gonna be able to do this. If I have a way of being able to do it though, that would be great. I would love there to be like, I don't know, a gold needle in there, but that's not gonna happen, is it? Look how close it is to dying. So close, in fact. It's very close to dying. Very, very close to being dead. All we need is probably a mist wave. All we really need is probably just to hit it with a fucking mist attack, and we'll be good to go. Alright, not a big deal. We can always just hold on. See, if I would have used that after, I would have been okay, but fucked up. In that respect, anyway. Because we unfortunately don't have any other way of using a mischarge other than Balthier, who is not currently with us at the moment. So we're gonna have to leave. That's what we're gonna have to do, because we don't really have an option. I don't see there being much of an option now. I'm just gonna have to keep on, you know, keep on chugging away. We're gonna have to run. Where's the exit? We need to get to the village. Okay, wait. Almost there. Friend's dead. And hold on. I'm just gonna go and grab, I'm gonna have to, not sure if it's Brood gonna be back. Hope not. Just did that for the, you know. Okay, let's see what happens if we go back now. We're gonna go back and we're gonna see if its Brood is still there. I would hope not, but it might be the case where it's just back again, you know? Yep. Screwed everything up. So I say just go for broke. I just say go and attack this. Get the brood and just go right after the cockatrice. Since it's the only real way to do this. The only real way to do this is to just go after the cockatrice. Head on. I don't really see any other way. Because if we can get a quickening out of this, it would be great. Now don't worry about stealing, let's just keep attacking this thing. But if we can't do this now, then it's really fucking stupid the way they set this up. It's almost retarded, but I'm not gonna question it, it's just stupid. They should have never ever made this like this. It's just silly. It's retarded and it makes no sense, and it just... In a way, it actually kind of fucking pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie. You don't set up, you know...
never miss.
You don't do that. It's just stupid. Let's just hope we can get a Cataclysm or something, because I could have beat it before if I had that. But it's just very, very silly the way they set that up. You know, if there's no gold needles and it's the first elite mark, then how are you supposed to do it? I don't really understand it. Now, I did get a Cataclysm. I don't know if this will kill it or not. I mean, I would love it to kill it. This is going to be an Inferno. And this should hopefully kill it. No, it didn't. But if I had done that before, I would have been in good shape. Luckily, I have an ether, so I will do another one immediately. Another ether, go for it. Because we need to deal damage to this thing, it's important that we do. Oh, and bring Fran in immediately as well. Because we're going to have to do another mischarge now. No, just go after the cockatrice. Keep going into the cockatrice. Now, I can't really get her to go in, so it's a problem. Phoenix down. Told you, this fight's not gonna be easy. This is gonna be a hard-fought fight. A very hard-fought fight. To the bitter end, I'll tell you that much. It is gonna be very difficult to fight this battle. But if you do not do it now, you are gonna have to wait for an eternity in order to do it, so... If you don't do it now, basically, you will not be doing it for a very fucking long time. I find this all very silly. But that's the way they set it up. Makes no sense. And, but yeah, I'm gonna have to just, you know... Because that's the only thing that's gonna work wonders here is if I could do this, you know.
I never miss. My regards!
God damn it. Oh well. And yeah, so we're gonna have to do it again. Again, this is all really stupid and silly, but it's the way they made it. They decided to go this route. Why they would ever choose to go this route is beyond my knowledge. It really is makes no sense. Now he's stone, so... Okay. Okay, so we'll do another, wait, let's see something here. I don't see any other way of being able to do this. This is, very unfortunate, situation here. Okay, silence. Let's just do the, let's try the quickening Fires of War. If it doesn't work, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to pull out.
I never miss.
Got it. I got a Fires of War, which was amazing that I was able to do that.
I never miss.
Got another one. If we can get one more, we may be lucky enough to kill it, or unlucky enough to fucking die.
I never miss.
Yeah, okay, so we got another Inferno, which will hopefully put the goddamn thing to fucking rest, which I'm really hoping it does. Let's just really, I hope to God that this thing dies. I really hope to God that this thing fucking dies. I really do. Okay, it didn't, but we are going to kill it one way or the other, and I'm going to show you how. And this is simple. What we're gonna do here is we're going to continue to attack the Cockatrice. But again, the only way to really win this fight is to fucking... Okay, we got rid of him. We did it. It was very hard fought. Very hard fought. But again, it is possible to do this, and I really recommend doing it now. The way they set it up was very unfortunately stupid. It was very fucking stupid the way they did that. I don't know why they did it like that. They just decided to do it that way. As dumb as that is, but they did. And yeah, we have what do we call it? Phoenix down on Balthier. And of course there is nothing we can do. We can use a dark moat, which I'm going to use. The dark moats will help kill these things quicker. And I'm also going to use a Soul Alfang. No, not Quera moat, that's actually good. We're going to have to take things to an extreme measure in order to make sure that this Cockatrice goes down, because if not, we are screwed. Balance mode, that'll take him down. Yep, there you go. And that is basically the way of fighting a Cockatrice. Fucking hard as hell. Like I stated, that this is a very challenging battle. And as you could see, it was a very, very, very challenging fight. The only possible way that I was able to actually defeat that Cockatrice was because of the main reason that I had a machinist. I was lucky enough to have a machinist, which again get guns, and guns pierce through defense. If not for Balthier, we would have not won that fight. So again, people who, and even in the guide itself, says how machinists are not really that useful. Wrong. That's wrong. Machinists have a very, very good use. You just have to really understand what their use is. And their use is a little bit, it's different, I guess, to say the least. But at least we were able to take down the Cockatrice, or at least I was able to. But in my honest opinion, you're gonna need a quickening to destroy it. Or a gun. Because you're going to have to get through that protect status and its defense status. And the only way to do that is to use a gun. So, you know, that's the only way you could be able to do that. There really is no other way, so don't try to. Just, you know, that's it. It's the only thing that you could do. Tourmaline ring, it halves ice damage. He has no spells right now, right? If he doesn't have spells, I'm gonna give him that because magic resistance is very high. Okay, so we took out the Cluckatrice. This video is mainly to take care of these 2 hunts before we leave. Now, if you're having real trouble with the Cluckatrice, you really can't blame me, because I kind of gave you the advice that's needed, but I also gave you the facts that were needed. For example, I might black out for a second. Sorry. Yeah, again, it's not my fault that they don't sell gold needles. They really should be selling them, but again, they don't. So you're just gonna have to either wait for a very, very long time to fight the Cluckatrice, which really doesn't make any sense because it's the first elite mark, or, you know, try your best to fight it and bring it down. And mainly you're going to want to concentrate on the Cluckatrice and not the Brood, because those Broods are just really just add-ons and, you know, area attacks, moats. Use whatever you can to bring the, you know, to bring that Cluckatrice down. To bring the Cluckatrice down and its Brood, you're going to need to use AoEs, which is quickenings and moats. And at this point there is no spells that are like, unless you have a red mage, you could use dark, but there really aren't any AoE attacks other than moats or fangs. So use what you have. I really, really wish you luck on, you know, taking down this Cluckatrice, because I highly recommend that you take it down before you set off. For the Sky City of Brzezba. Because once you leave Ravenastor, once again, it's going to be a long time before you come back here. Just like before. So make sure you do whatever you have to do to get rid of that Cluckatrice now, rather than later. Because when you get back, again, you will not be able to fight Cluckatrice, because it only comes out during the dry season. So what that means is that this place is going to be completely different, which I'll talk about later when we do return. But again, if you can't figure out any way of fighting it, then I guess you'll have to wait till later. But my advice is try and either get what you need to fight it. You could get, you know, either quickenings, but don't be hasty on getting quickenings. So you have to just be very smart. See? Says, I'm just traveling Moogle trying to scrape by. I should be here while the dry holds Kubo, but the monsters during the rains are scary, too scary. The dry should last a while longer, but take care during the rains. Because the rains will have a completely different terrain. I mean, the areas will still maintain the same look. I mean, the same, you know, I mean, not look, but it'll have the same, you know, same mapping, I guess you could call it, but the terrain will be completely different. Other than the actual map itself will remain the same, but the areas will all be changed. The paths may be different, and some might be blocked off. Nonetheless, you're going to have to wait a long time to fight the Cluckatrice if you do not do it now, which is going to kind of put you off. Because now, if you've been following my guide and you've been doing everything the way it should be done, if you check your clan primer, your hunts should be all up to date. Everything is done. Now to complete this completely, we're going to have to talk to Dania. So let's go to Dania and talk to her. Kind of had a mind fart there. Just go back to the South Village, talk to Dania, and perhaps maybe you might want to just, you know, farm LP so you can get a quickening, because that's the best way to do it. You know, if you have to, you know, waste your ethers, do that as well. Do whatever you have to do to make sure you get this done. I went the wrong way. But yeah, basically you're gonna really want to take this cockatrice down before you leave. So, but if you have done the cockatrice, you just come back here and you go to Dania, you know, the petitioner, and snag your reward, your bounty, which is pretty good too. You get 1,000, you get a rainbow egg, which is actually a good item to hold on to because it's used for the bazaar packaging. The amber omelet is also specifically very good for the monk. And if you do it like this, you'll be in good shape because you'll, you know, you'll be up to date with everything. So now I'm gonna head over to the aerodrome, and that is when we'll make set for Bhujerba. And Bhujerba is obviously the next place to go to. And once we leave, once we set off, say goodbye to this dry looking, you know, desolate nomad place because it's going to be completely different when we come back. It's gonna, and you might find gold needles randomly in chests too, so if you want, if you're having real trouble taking down the cockatrice, you could either wait till much later in the game, or you can farm and or look through chests for gold needles and obtain Remedy Lore 3, or, you know, whatever you gotta do. Sometimes you may just encounter gold needles, I'm not sure, you know, but do whatever you gotta do. Speed things up real quick because we're heading over to a whole new area after this. So, whole belt. Let's see if this has anything in it. A potion. Earthstone. It really is an unfortunate case scenario that they do not have gold needles, but that's what makes this such a bitch and a challenge to take down this cockatrice, because of the fact that it has stone gaze. But if you can get around that via quickenings or you know whatever way that you may have of being able to, you know, recover from stone, but I really don't see any other way of being able to take down the cockatrice without a few good quickenings. So, with that being said, we are now going to go to the east gate, and we are going to finally make our way to Bhujerba. And we are going to finally meet the Strahl and all that. So I'm just going to go over to Moogling, and I'm going to head over to the east gate. Meet me there in my next video. I just wanted to cover the rest of the things that you should probably do, prioritize, you know, that you should do before leaving, which is taking care of those 2 hunts. Not only will you get bounty, but you'll also be keeping up with, you know, the hunts which are needed to get magics in the green magic. Anyway, good luck, because it's a very hard fight. I gave you everything that you need to know to the best of my knowledge. Remember, quickenings will take it down. That's the best advice I can give you. And there are no access to gold needles, so whatever you have, you'll have to use. Even if you have to expend ethers. Anyway, next video I'll be covering our trip to Bhujerba. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and good luck. Over and out, and keep it gaming. As I always say, keep on gaming.